Are you in the market for creative inspiration? Have you lost the flow and that creative spark? Don't worry, you're not alone. This is really common. I have some quotes on creative inspiration that might help. Hey creative cats! Through creative conversations, we explore topics to help creatives like you make stuff that matters. This video right here is going to be about creative inspiration. It's something that's part and parcel with the creative process, and something that a lot of people are concerned about is how to get that creative motivation when they've lost it or just can't access it because they're busy. One thing for me that really works is listening to other artists, hearing what they have to say, whether it's their work or just something that they've said in passing. I find that to be one of the best sources for me of inspiration. So I have 4 quotes for you, and they're from female artists, and I just chose female artists because I think that females need more representation. Often they are overlooked in media, so I want to bring some of their perspectives to you. And then I'm just going to spend some time explaining why these quotes in particular move me and inspire me, and I would love to get your feedback, so in the comments, join the conversation and share what moves you. The first quote I have for you is from writer Sylvia Plath. Everything in life is writable about if you have the outgoing guts to do it and the imagination to improvise. The worst enemy to creativity is self-doubt. What I really love about this quote is that Sylvia Plath shows us that we don't have to write about anything necessarily profound or unique, just that we have the guts and imagination to do it. So often we think that something is trivial and therefore it doesn't need to be written about. Why write about it? For me, sometimes I'll think about something that I want to write or create and think about another artist or writer who had done it before and think that I can't possibly do it as well as they did. And so sometimes that prevents me from creating, which is unfortunate because even though you are approaching the same topic that someone else has approached, you have something unique to bring to it nonetheless, whether it's the way that you do it or the certain perspective that you have on it. And either way, you should write about it just for your own pleasure. It doesn't necessarily have to be about impressing other people or creating something that's unique and groundbreaking. Sometimes it just serves the purpose to be able to do it, and often you can gain a lot of confidence by creating something, even if it's something really mundane and otherwise trivial. Quote about creativity number 2. This one is by Tina Turner. Sometimes you've got to let everything go. Purge yourself. If you're unhappy with anything, whatever is bringing you down, get rid of it. Because you'll find that when you're free, your true creativity, your true self, comes out. So what I love about that quote is kind of touching similarly on the previous quote is that you can write about anything. It can be your emotions, an impulse that you have. Just write it down and get rid of it. I also love this quote because it kind of touches on how therapeutic creating can be. If you have an emotion and you just express it and let it out, it's almost like it moves through you instead of getting stuck and you overthink it. If you're able to put your emotions into a piece of art, you're almost able to have an outside perspective on your emotions. It kind of gives you some safe distance to view what you're feeling from, and can kind of bring really intense emotions to a more manageable point of reference. And that's something that I really value, especially as someone who's dealt with mental health issues, post-traumatic stress, depression. It is great just getting things out, either onto the canvas, onto a page of writing, music. It's all a great way to just kind of let things flow through you. Quote number 3 is by artist Georgia O'Keeffe. When you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for the moment. I want to give that to someone else. Most people in this city rush around, so they have no time to look at a flower. I want them to see it, whether they want to or not. So I love this quote so much because O'Keeffe puts so eloquently what it's like to actually just be confronted by a piece of art and you have no choice in doing it. So often we're caught up in the mundaneness and day in, day out reality of life that we forget to take in moments that allow us to feel or truly look at something and be in the moment, to see the essence of something. And Georgia O'Keeffe nails what the artist can do. And Georgia O'Keeffe absolutely nails what role the artist can have in shaping perspectives. I mean, it's not simply that it's entertainment, but it has an actual value in being able to transform the way people look at or see things. Quote 4. This is by actress Sophia Loren. She says, "There is a fountain of youth. It is your mind, your talents, the creativity you bring to your life and the lives of people you love. When you learn to tap this source, you truly will have defeated age." I really enjoy this quote because Sophia Loren brings age to the topic of creativity. Age is something that so many people are often horrified of and dread. However, Sophia transforms it by showing how it's something that can be defeated by creativity, how creativity is almost eternal, and it's something that can fuel you despite your age. You can contribute no matter how old you are, and that's something that I really value, especially in so many societies that value things like your body, your age, your looks, and things that are really fleeting and can really hurt us if we focus on them too much. And finally, quote 5. This is by the musician PJ Harvey, who happens to be one of my all-time favorite artists. She says, "I think that's always very valuable, to keep the mind open to receiving all sorts of information, which can then be used in my work, but also just as a human being." I think that just keeping your eyes open and being aware of things around you can help you create really great art. It can help you notice things that you typically wouldn't notice, observe subtle little differences, or have a different perspective that you normally wouldn't take on something simply because you're observing and paying more attention or taking more information in. But I also love this quote because PJ Harvey goes on to say, it's a great skill to have just as a human being. Yes, the creative experience is important, but the human experience is almost just as important, if not more. It reminds me of a Bob Dylan quote that he had where he says something similar to the effect of, "There is no art if there is no experience. You need to have the experience to be able to create the art." Please share your favorites in the comments below. I would love to hear what really moved you, and share your own quotes in the comments that are not included in this video. I would love to add some to my list and compilation. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Those are the 5 quotes that I have for you. I hope they brought you some creative inspiration and get you creating something awesome. My name's Sarah. If you'd like to participate in more creative conversations, consider subscribing. And until next time, keep making stuff that matters.